Sorry about that, folks. Hopefully y'all can hear me now. Man, I just did all of 6 minutes without sound. I do apologize. Well, thanks for tuning in. I'm working out the kinks here. Your boy's still a rookie at this, so hang with me. Sorry about that. And that's not intentional. I just went off, rambling off my whole life story, and you guys didn't hear it, which is great, right? I guess we'll have to redo that for another time. Gave you guys a code to the safe and everything, man, and you guys missed it. Well, it's all good. Anyways, y'all can hear me now, right? Thank you for letting me know there was no sound. What are we doing today? We're back at it. We're out here squeezing berries. We're milking berries. We got the old Brix meter once again, and got the cheesecloth, right? So this one is none other than the white mulberry. Now, is that white? Not to me, right? But that's what they call it. That's what we're going off of, and that's what we have here. So let me find some decent candidates to milk. We're looking for those sweet ones, which means the largest ones, and those usually have some sort of bug on them. I'm not seeing a ton. Dude, this thing just shot up a whole nother tree over here on the right side of it. Hopefully, hang on, y'all. Hang on here. Sound is on now. Thank you, Texas grower. Yes, these are the white mulberries here. Not white, right? You can see that. It's got like a purple hue to it, but that's what they claim it's white. Hang on, let me grab maybe two more if I can. A little windy out. Thought I turned on the mic, but no, I did not. Here's one over here. We'll do one over here. These aren't the biggest berries, I'll say, compared to the others. They're all right. Now, is white better because it hides from the birds? Maybe, right? I think that's what they claim. White is also, I think, good for silkworms, something of that nature. Think do your research. I think this is what they feed them or something like that, but I don't know. I think I heard that somewhere. Bro science. But nonetheless, let's show you what we got here. All right, I got 4 all day. Here's what we got. See that? Nice little hue to them. So let's start. Thanks for tuning in, all 4 of y'all. Actually, what I need to do is turn this to where I can see if anybody walks up in here. I am open today, so I may have to take off, but hopefully we can get this going and show y'all. 1 second. I like to do it on live. Why not? I was going to set it up, do it all before, but I was like, let's run it. So got a little cheesecloth here. And no, I didn't bring any distilled water, so I can rinse this off. And guy was like, dude, you're not doing it correct. Like, it's plus minus a hair. You know what I mean? Trust me, you're going to notice a difference. So power's on. We got full battery, which I haven't even charged this thing, right? This thing is still on the first charge from the manufacturer. I'm going to go with that sweetest one. See that dark one right there? That's the one I'm going to go for first. 1 berry at a time. I used to do, I did it once where I did them all together, and that's no bueno because you're an average of them all. And if one's acidic, then ruin it for the bunch. But all right, here we go. Shut your mouth and squeeze. She's in there. I didn't put anything else in there. No sugar, no granulated. It's brand new cheesecloths for all you non-believers. All right, let's see if we can't. How do we get this to where everyone can see? All right, here we go. Squeeze that joker in there. Loose juice. You see that? Those last ones came out like syrup. This one's more on that liquid side. Does that mean that it's not as sweet? I don't know. Let the meter tell you, and let's find out. What do we think? You can give it the old, whoa. Hang on here. I'm not trying to have this thing tip over. So yeah, you can give it the old test. It kind of moves a little bit more. All right, let's start her up. Hit the start button twice. 23%, y'all. Y'all see that? Do you see that? Oh my God. Hang on, y'all. I don't think you see that. That is 23.3%. That is the highest so far. Now the sugar's settling down to the bottom. Oh, is this a new record? It's climbing. Dude, 23.7. Are y'all seeing this? 23.8. Will it hit 24? I mean, that juice is loose too. I mean, that was the darkest little berry. Let's try it again. Will it settle at 24? 23.8. Dude, that is pretty impressive there with the white mulberry. I was thinking that it wasn't going to be, but she's there. All right. Now for the old taste test. Oh man, that is too sweet. That is sugar water. Yes, I'm sipping out of that little receptacle. Why not? You got to taste it to find out if it is that sweet. It is basically sugar water. I'm surprised hummingbirds are not attacking me. Yeah, little berry. Let's try one more. Well, let's try a few more. I'm going to go for the second darkest. Now, this one's a tiny little berry. Hang with me. It's not the size of the berry, though, folks. It's the juice. Supposedly, they were claiming that the white is one of the sweetest, but what better way to really show you, all right? Okay, we'll go ahead and zero it off. $50, folks. Go out and get you one. All right, here we go. And you see, nope, not like that. I'm gonna get you something like that. Of course, still can't see, but anyways, gotta go. Squeezing it in there, and again, you got some loose juice. But it's not about that. I thought the syrup stuff was actually sweeter, but all right, here we go. Start her up. Hopefully y'all can see that in the sun. 20.2. Look at that. 20%. First 23, now 20. White mulberry. Now who's talking junk now? This little white berry's got the juice now, right? Uh-oh. Dude, that's a lot of sugar. 20%. That's what Meanwhile hit. And also, Bryce's did hit that. I did get that on a Bryce's and a dwarf tie. So can they all do it? Is this a thing? Woo! Sugar water. Man, that is no acid to that. No, there's no acidic tone. It's not balanced. It's just straight sugar water. Not saying it's not a bad berry. That's your thing. You want the smaller ones? Want the white one? Right? That's a good one. It is supposedly going to be a nice sized tree. The leaves are pretty big. Does it put it on? Is it enough to keep, folks? You're going to have to tune in and find out how long she stays with me. Dun, 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 dun. No, yeah, it's pretty impressive, though. Lots of sugar. Lots of sugar, if that's your thing. Since we're here, let's do a balance. Let's do this Altamonte sweet. Look at this one right here. We'll get in the shade, man. I don't want my phone to overheat. Hopefully the stream is good and y'all can hear me still. But this is what I call Altamonte sweet. It may just be a regular dwarf, not a dwarf, maybe just a regular everbearing. But anyways, we're going to use the same cheesecloth just to piss people off. But trust me. Oh, that's even a bigger one, but we got one here. We'll save one for a customer. We are open for the weekend, so I like to share, man. You got to let people taste these, because if not, you can tell them what it tastes like, but until they do it, then they go, oh. And it's really cool getting people to experience new fruits for them. You get that, aha, wow, that's what fresh fruit tastes like. And I don't care how much money you got. We all like fresh fruit. Oh, air. Let's go. Zero in. All right, let's go for the old drip drop shot. All right, ready? See that? This is thicker stuff. Look at that viscosity. It wants to hang and cling onto there. Oh, I'm having to squeeze a lot more in there. This one has some meat to it. Woo! You can feel the sugars in there. Very slimy, very thick juice. Oh, look at that, running away from me. A little windy out here, but come on before I spill it. Let me get in here. All right. Where you at? 15.2, folks. Still in the receptacle. You still got plenty of juice. 15.2 versus 20. 15.3. Call it even 15.5. That's a pretty big difference there. But these have more of a balanced flavor. 15.4. Even if we settle at 15.5, still a little loose, but it's got that I could have a cup of. This I could actually sit there and have a cup of, and that probably, I say that, but it'd probably be watered down. I don't drink full strength juices, man. All that crap will get you going. Oh, look at this. Now that we're here, this wind is gnarly out here today, folks. Look, we got a treat, folks. Hang on. Do we have a treat for you? You see this? You know what this is? Anybody? Bueller. First and foremost, let me put this rag away. This is a very special tree that we have a few of. Doesn't matter how many we have. A few. Seed grown. This is what I've been waiting for. This is what dreams are made out of. Open bloom. Not just one. You got that one and that one. So we got 2 blooms that are open and more on the way. What does that mean? Time to cross-pollinate and pollinate. Uh-oh. But are you ready? I think I am. Let's see if we can work this out. Hang on as I adjust. Appreciate y'all watching, tuning in to little old me out here screwing around in the yard, trying to get some more fruit out of here. So, little brush. Let's show you what we do here. I am no professional, but I have pollinated a few in my time. All right. Do a little wiggle in there. Get it in there. Oh, yeah. Give it the old shake, but don't break. Just a little bit. You ain't got to be all aggressive, dudes. All right. Just get it in there. Little pollen action. Hit the sides. Why not? Just to say you did, right? Okay. Wind's blowing everywhere. Now you drop it in this one, right? Oh, I'm doing this one-handed, which I shouldn't be, right? Hang on here. Can we hold this steady and show you at the same time? All right, there's the bloom. Horrible view. Trust me, it's happening. All right, back in this one. Again, we'll just go ahead and let it dance inside of there and bring it right back over to the first one. All right, that's what you want to do, is transfer one pollen from one to the next, then back over. If there was more available, this is exactly what I would do. Give them a little bit of that. This is another one right here that's popping. Not open yet, though, but there's more on this one. What are we talking about? What species is this? This is Rollinia, folks. Rollinia deliciosa. I've been waiting for this one quite some time. 4 years to be to be exact. These are about 4-year-old little seedlings. Leaves are so buttery, like so velvety. I really do dig them. Leaves, or the trees, don't like the cold. I'd say they're better than soursop, than regular guanabana. This one right here, really sad that the old nativity scene did not pop off a flower yet. She was giving me the old pump fake. She's giving me all this new growth on here, but hasn't given me anything to work with. This is one of my favorites right here. Beautiful rootstock in there. Hopefully y'all can see that, but it's a warm day, folks. It is hot out here. Hopefully y'all are going to stay hydrated, play in the shade, if anything. This one didn't give me any flowers either. We have a few rock stars in the bunch that are popping them out, even at a small stage. And I got them all together, that way they can, see that, if y'all can see that, that way they can cross-pollinate. Although some people say that you don't need a hand pollinate, I'm gonna go ahead and always err on the side of caution and do it my darn self. Look at that little caterpillar in there. Get out of there, dude. These guys love it right now. Here's a nice one, very top. You can see that, like a little pepper hanging in there. Oh, but it's gonna open up. Hopefully we can get some fruit set. Rowenia deliciosa. I've never had it. Some people say that it's amazing. If the leaves, you know, if they feel as anything as that flesh does, and I will be a fan. I've heard great things, but we'll find out. We're going to find out. But what else do we got for you, folks? Look at this. Who won the longest panty award? Look at this one. For a 7-gallon, this tree is no joke. Threw out the longest one. This is the longest panty in the nursery here in the collection. Which one is it? With fruit on the top too. Which one is it? Dun 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 dun. B22. Longest panty award. Look at it. And these other ones over here are no joke either. For its size, that is pretty long. So we'll find out. See what that does. We got another one over here. I'm inspecting them daily just because these caterpillars get on there. So I'd rather come out here just like this. When you see them all folded, you know, folded closed like that, look inside, and sometimes you get a present. So you got to clean them up, take all that trash out of there. Things are looking good over here. They're in bloom. Big Shangri-La growing. Will be pruned here once the fruit is off. But that's the beauty about this tree. It's just the way she grows, the way she throws herself wild in the wind. Look at her. Wow. Beautiful. Some people don't find the beauty in trees, but when you come out and you enjoy, you know, you actually take some time, you get to know them, talk to them, you know, they got different personalities. Some demand attention. Others don't really need you. They'll throw you out. They'll say, hey, I got something for you. And they'll surprise you. And then they'll say, hey, I got something you may want to come over and take a peek at. You know, they'll call for your attention. Look at this. Ah, man, this wind's crazy. This is a Marcus pumpkin already blooming. Already blooming on this little baby grass that I just did. Can't go wrong with that. It's gonna be like big bowling ball fruits though on old guac. So hopefully we can go ahead and keep her healthy and keep her strong. But I do see another tap coming because all these branches are gone on this side. So I will be tapping back in here shortly like a woodpecker. Harvest Moon. Baby girl lost all of her little babies except for this one lonely survivor over here. Everything else dropped off. It's all good. It's all good. First real year. Carrie's still hanging out over there, putting on some more warts. This one I'm excited for. Besides that, leaf tatter's getting shredded by the bugs, but shows you I am not out here spraying, folks. I ain't doing it. Killer Kathy. Kryptonite, man. That's such a good mango. Such a good mango. Cannot wait. Look at the way these are getting beat up, huh? All shriveled on the top. But just wanted to go live and show y'all that the white mulberry is in the competition. And honestly, right now she's leading it. Is the sweetest. I hate to say it. She is the sweetest right now. I can't make this up. It's not about how much she gives you, but how sweet she is. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Look at that. This is Bryce's. Bunch of red ones. I gave out some of the sweet ones, but we're here. I see a nice one that we can test real quick. Let's test this one right here. Since we got what it takes. Look at this one. Nice size, plump. That's a good one. Hang on here. Let me get set up. Thanks for watching, folks. I know time is everything. Getting a phone call. It's going to try to trip me up. Sorry, I will call you back. I'm in the office. Hopefully you will understand. All three of y'all are gangsters for hanging in there with me. Appreciate it. Ooh, shot you. Boom. Uh-oh. Where's the meter? Here we go. Give it a little wipe down. Distilled water, man. Take rainwater and mix it in there. I know. Listen, it's close enough. Plus, minus, right? If it's right on the money, then I will go and disinfect and use Lysol and change the batteries and spin around, whatever it takes, right? But it's not that close, right? We're getting decent amount of numbers. So hang on here. Let me go ahead and do the old drip drop shot here. Turn her on, zero it out, and let's go. Ready? Oh, liquid coming out. Man, she's beautiful. This color, though, of this juice is the closest to like a beautiful port. It really is. You can already see the sweetness in there. I see crystal gobulets in there. I mean, whoo. Hang on here, folks. Dang it, I'm making a mess. All right. Start her up. Where are we at? 17.2. Can you see that? Hang on. 17.2. Let me make sure all the juice is in there. All right. I'm spilling it everywhere. That's plenty of juice, right? And that's a ton of juice compared to the white. So bigger berries, but for all you sugar pushers, 17.5. And that was a decent size. Even if we settle at 18, right? Once it all settles down to the bottom, let's see. Yeah, 17.89. See the sugar settling? All right, 18.1. Come on. That's not right. How long do we have to wait here, Cletus? That's why they say mix them around or whatever. But all right, I'm going to let it settle. Uh-oh, she's climbing. The sugars are, I don't know how long we're going to be here. Wow. Oh, this one just has changing sugars, huh? Explain that one to me. Well, it settles and therefore the light. I know. It's what it is. But let's go. Even if we settle at 19, 18.6, let's say it settles around 18.5, even 19, right? That's still pretty darn good. And that's sweet enough. And even went down. I added more and it dropped. You see that? Because it was settling. See that? It's probably, call it 18. Anyways. Oh, let's take a little sip. Straight sugar, no balance. I'm sorry. I'm not going to drink a cup of that right there. That's way too sweet for me. It tastes almost sweeter than that white. I know that it's not because of the numbers, but it almost makes me feel like that's the case. I know it's not. I know, but it does taste super sweet. I don't know if it's the color or what, but it throws me off. All right, one more, and we're going to find out who the real winner is for the day. Here, we got a ton of, you already know, that Thai dwarf. And this thing is still dripping fruit on us. There's tons of it on the floor. I hate to see that on the floor, but that's just the wind out here. And when you got a bunch of them holding, it's just casualties of war, my friends. I just come out here and try to pick them. I try to give people some. If you're in the area, come on over and taste them. They are delish. And if you're not growing these, I am sorry, folks. I done told y'all. Don't be foolish. Get you a nice, sorry, I'm eating this mulberry out of the middle there. Get yourself a nice Thai dwarf, drop it in the ground and run and just wait, hide behind a barricade or something, because it's gonna grenade you with berries later on, man. These things are monsters. Let me see if I can't get a nice sweet one here. For me as well, yeah, I gotta eat a couple. Hang on here. Oh yeah, so good. This one to me has a good balance of acidity and sweetness. Like, I like a acidic fruit though. Not everybody likes that acid. Hang on here. Get you guys. Hang on. Wait a second. Let me grab a nice good one. The good ones are really on the top because you grab all the ones that are down below, right? Stretch Armstrong. Yes, it fell. Nice long one here. So we got two contenders. Let me show y'all. We're still in it. Look at that one. Sweet, sweet fruit, folks. Let's see where we're at. Can it hit 20? Where will it be? Where will it fit? Let's go for this longer one first. That one seems to be a little bit sweeter. More mature the fruit, the sweeter she is. All right. So we're going to zero it out. Give you the old drip drop shot again. Squeeze. Oh, you see that? See how it drops? Like it just holds. Straight syrup, folks. But again, balanced. This one is balanced. All right. Sorry about the sun. Glare. Let's turn her on. Bam. You see it. 16.6. It's on the low end. Well, don't err. 5. 16.9. So even if it settles at 17, it is on the lower end for today. Right? Yep. So, quick sip. My homies, not bad. Still don't want a cup of that, right? It's still very, very sweet. You don't want a whole, I wouldn't like juice this straight up all by itself. I do like to eat these straight up because it's an easier way to digest your food, right? You chew it. So a lot of people would come out and they would take these, drop them in a blender, and then have at them, right? You can, but listen, I am no health coach, no doctor, no healer, no physician. Consult yours. Please don't sue me. I know nothing of the such. I just went to public school, barely graduated, and here I am telling you to buy some fruit trees. But listen, chew your food. That's the way it works. You salivate, make it down. That's what you need, all the fibers. You let a blender do it, then it takes your job like AI, right? But listen, you guys have a great day. I'll be out here munching on andules. Yeah, if you want. Mulberries, all kinds of fun stuff. Always fruit happening over here. Persimmons are waking up. Sorry. Waking up with some blooms. Can't wait. Can't wait. It's going to be a great year, folks. Don't worry about hurricane season in June. Don't worry. Don't worry, folks. We got some time. Hurry up and build. Get these trees in the ground. Get them chains off the door. Do something with your lives. It's going to be a great day. Let me turn this bad boy around. I like the acid in the Thai dwarf. It really is nice. Good balance. My fingers are coated in this juice. Making a mess. Sorry about that. Thanks a lot for tuning in, hanging out with me on this awesome live on this beautiful Thursday. Get outside and make something of your life. Get your hands in the dirt. It's great for your mood. You need the sun. Soak it all in. I'm out here sweating, folks. This is one of my favorite joys of coming out and having a garden, having a collection of fruits, is being able to come out and get them fresh with no middleman. No one's out here spraying this stuff. No one's out here telling me that it's one thing when it's not. I know exactly what went into it. Love, sacrifice, dedication, and passion, right? But I know that nothing was used on here that is, quote unquote safe. No, nothing was used on this stuff that isn't organic, right? But anyways, I can go on and on. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I'm going to sit over here, have some lunch. Y'all have a great one. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, shame. Love y'all. Peace. Let's grow together.